everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make a mini beehive. We are going to be using these materials. This is a 3-inch styrofoam egg. You can get them at a craft store or online. This is a 3.5-inch wood slice. They come as ornaments. You can see this hole here. But this will be a really nice base for us. This is a mini honey dipper. You can get these online. These are tiny bees. They're wooden and they have a bit of adhesive on the back, but we might need to use hot glue as well. I will be wrapping this egg with a bunch of rope here. I think this is 8mm jute rope. These are some decorative sunflowers. This is some honeycomb ribbon, or you can call it hex ribbon as well. It comes in this larger size, but you can always cut it down to size. It's very beautiful. And then this is some yellow grosgrain ribbon. This is the 1.5-inch variant, and it should make for a nice bow. I'll be drawing some stuff with a pencil, and I have here my trusty hot glue gun. And for this craft, you'll actually be needing a sharp utility knife. Okay, so for the first task, we want to actually start wrapping our beehive here. I'm going to start by placing a little loop on top. This will help if I want to hang this from a hook or something in the future. So I'm just lightly fraying the end of the rope here so I can press it and it'll lay flat, and then all of the rope that I wrap around it will be flatter and you won't see a bump. And then I'm just making sure to have that little loop, and I'm securing it on this top level with a lot more hot glue than you think you might need. It'll make it a little more secure. And then I'm just going to go around the egg here, and I'm going to lightly wrap it and occasionally add some glue here. The farther down the egg I go, the less glue I'll need because it's already really secured in place. But it's a good idea every few turns or so to put a dab of glue. Most jute rope will have these little things that stick out. Not to worry, you can either trim them, or if they're small like this one, you can just deliberately sort of press them underneath the rope and hide the little frayed edge here. See, you won't even notice that. And then just make sure to tuck it in. Okay, so before I get to the bottom, I want to stop. The bottom of the egg is round, and it's not going to stand on our base. So I want to make sure that I have a good looking hive here, but I want to also cut off the bottom of this egg. And to do so, I need to sort of measure how that looks. So I'm just leaving the bottom of the rope unglued and hanging off the bottom. And then I'm going to take this pencil here, and I'm just going to lightly draw around where the rope sits. That way I can cut into it and have it be the same level as the rope. You can sort of see my line here. And then I'm going to take my utility knife here. And then I'm actually going to just press it inside of the egg. I don't want to use like a cutting motion. I want to just like press the blade inside of the styrofoam to make sure that I'm getting the blade as deep as possible. And then I'm just going to do that carefully all the way around where I marked with my pencil. And then you can just sort of pop it off. If it doesn't come off easily, just do a couple, oh, there we go. And it might be a little concave in the center, but you'll be gluing this to the wood circle. So, oh, that's gonna look really cute. Yes. Excellent. So I'm gonna take my trusty hot glue and I'm gonna put a decent amount on the underside here because I really want this to stick to the wood circle and I want it to stick very well. And I just sort of plopped it down. I tried to make sure that it was even and then I pressed it into place. And that way, when we wrap the rest of our rope, we can make sure to kind of tuck it in where it needs to be tucked. And then you'll see here, so I have a little bit of space here, but I'll need to cut this rope. So I'm just going to use some scissors here and cut this rope. And I'll just cut it about where I think it's going to be tucked in. Perfect. And then I'm actually going to put glue on the inside right here. And then I'm just going to use either my nails or like a pointed thing like your pencil to try and push that rope underneath so that the glue touches all of those edges and it doesn't fray. And then just go around and sort of press in the bottom portion of your hive. And there is still a little bit of a gap, but we can hide that with decoration. And now that you've gotten your hive, all that's left is to decorate it. So the first thing that I really want to do is I am looking at this hex ribbon and I want to do something really cool with it, and I think I want to make a ribbon with it. So you'll just see sort of my process here for trying to make the right size and shape. I definitely think that for the size of this beehive, the shape, or the width of this ribbon is a little too wide, and I think that by cutting it in half would help. Okay, so I've decided to make a bow, and I'm going to walk you through how to make a little sort of bow tie. Basically, you want to fold the ribbon in the length you want the bow tie to be, and you'll want to keep the ends of the ribbon loose and round. And I'll just glue it down here because I want it to stay in place. And you don't want to fold so you crease the ribbon, you want to keep the ends nice and rounded. And I'll just cut these ends off. Okay, so now I have this loop, and we want to put a tie in the middle so that it is scrunched like this, but we want to do it so that it doesn't warp the ribbon in a bad way. So the best way is we want to fold it down the middle. I'll make the tie ready first. I'll just cut this grosgrain in half. Perfect. So yeah, you'll want to fold this ribbon down the middle, and then you're going to fold each side back towards the center. So you have a little tiny accordion. And then what you'll do is you will wrap the middle portion that you want around the center of your bow, you want to wrap that pretty tightly so that it stays in place. It is a little unwieldy to handle, and that's okay. And we'll be able to fluff out these bow tie ends after we glue this in place. You can see from the back, those are two nice creased folds here. And yeah, I'm just going to hold this as close as possible. I'm having a rough time, so I'm gonna put some glue here to help hold it in place while I wrap this yellow ribbon. The hex ribbon is a little stiff, so it is a little difficult to hold sometimes. And then once the glue is dry, you'll just snip the end. You can wrap it another time like I'm doing here, just to make sure that it stays in place and that it looks good. Perfect. Okay, so now we get to fluff out our ribbon, and then we can attach it how we like. I just want to make sure that the ends are rounded and they look cute. Perfect. Okay. Now the rest of this craft is just however you would like to decorate your beehive. I recommend using the sunflowers, which have a large surface area, to hide any gaps or to sort of flesh out how you think this beehive would look cuter. I'm looking here for big gaps in the rope to see if I can hide those, and I'm also looking at how to, you know, make these flowers look aesthetic and how to incorporate as many of this decor as possible. I am attaching this honey dipper here because it's a beehive and I thought it looked good. And I'm trying to hide the stems of these flowers within the jute rope. And this is all your artistic touch. So I'll go ahead and let you enjoy the rest of how I do this decoration. And there we go. This craft went together super quickly. You'll notice I added another ring to simulate the beehive entrance. And I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I did.